Okay, we're doing problems 2, number 1. And in this one, Abiel is shooting a rifle at a 32.3 degree angle. So his rifle is shooting at this angle up, and it shoots with a 1298 meters per second velocity. We want to know several things. A, we want to know how far away is it going to land. So we're really looking for the DH. So the DH can be solved for a couple different ways. But the easiest way probably in this situation is the bullet's going to come up and come down the same distance up and down. So we can just use the range equation. So we're going to say DH is equal to the sine of twice the angle times the V squared over a positive G. So here we're going to take the sine of 2 times our angle of 32.3. That's all inside the parentheses. And then the V is just the V of 1298 squared over our G of 9.81. So that's all we'll have to do for A. For part B, we want to know how high did it get at its peak. Well, of course, if it's traveling at this angle, it's going both over to the side, which would be the VH, and it's going up, which would be the VVI. Now, we find the VVI, since it's the opposite side, we're going to here use the sine of the angle, 32.3, times the hypotenuse, which is the 1298, and this will tell me what my VVI is. Now, if I want to know how high it's going to go up until it stops. So the best equation to use would be the VF squared minus the VI squared equation over 2A. And so, of course, it's going to go up till it stops. So my V is going to be 0. The V initial is going to be the VVI, which is what we just are figuring out here. So we'll leave that for a second. And then we're going to have 2A, and the A, of course, is going to be gravity. So if we actually stop and plug in at this point, of course, your calculator has to be in degrees. If we take the sine of 32.3 times 1298, that's going to give me 694. So that is what goes here. So if we square that, divided by 2, divided by G, we end up with 24519. Which again, since we have 3 sig figs, we're going to round that to 24500 meters. So 24 kilometers up, which, yeah, if there's no air resistance, wow, would those go high? Now, how far did that go? We never plugged in to the equation up here. So again, we have sine, that opens up the parentheses. We do 2 times the 32.3, close the parentheses, then times the 1298 squared divided by G. And if we do that, we get 155,000. So 155 kilometers, or 155,000 meters. So that was your A. And then we finally get to part C. And in part C, we wanted to know how long was the bullet traveling through the air. Well, how long was it traveling through the air? It was traveling through the air based on how far it was going up. So we're going to use the time up equation times 2, because it has to come back down, of course. So our time up equation, of course, was just VF minus the VVI over G. And so the VF, it's going to go up until it stops going up. Initially, we were going 694 straight up. And G, of course, is negative 9.81. That will tell me my time up, but then I asked for the total time in air, so we're going to have to multiply that by 2 to bring it back down. So 694 divided by 9.81 times 2 means it's going to be in the air for a total of 141 seconds. So that's all we got to do.